I'm just thinking though. He's just sat watching me think. He sat on YouTube, just watching a man staring at a piece of metal, going. The joke's on you, I guess. Okay, I'm picking up where I left off in the last video. Dug out my New Holland overalls. Thought it was quite fitting. Seeing as the first thing I had that was New Holland was the overalls, then I've had to go out and buy some bits to fulfill that brand. So, what did I buy this time? Little penny in there. So I'm going to fit that. Just the fitting from the fuel input, some pipe work. What am I yet to buy? So, contrary to what I said in the last video, as that video went on, there's perhaps each video is probably like half a week to a week's worth of stuff. So by the time I get to the end of the video, my ideas have changed. So last week I said that I was going to take that port and put that into there. I'm not going to do that anymore because of the valve work that's in there. So what I'm going to do is get a little 90 degree, which the proper, like the 8340, the 7840 and them had a little 90 degree in there. And I'll reroute the turbo return pipe straight into there. A few of you have said, why not put a T into there? But I believe that might create some back pressure up here, which I don't want me putting any back pressure up into the turbo because I need proper oil flow through there. Yeah, other than that, you should probably go and watch the earlier videos if you haven't, because there's stuff going on there. As it stands right now, I've ordered a new PTO drive hub from Agriline and a new bearing as well to go in it. As soon as I get that, I'm going to have to start drilling holes in. So Master Welder, a brother, says he reckons he can fill in the holes with weld quite well, machine it down and cut in the new holes into there. And the same goes for the flywheel as well. So we'll give that a go. If you stick around, I think towards the end of the video, I'll answer a few of the questions that people have been putting in the comments. I'll do that at the end. Yeah, I'm going to get into it. If you didn't watch the previous videos, I went out and bought a Ford 87. It got a seized engine. We took it into the workshop to see if we could get the engine fixed, and I am by no means an expert on these things. You are watching me figuring it out as I go. Turns out the engine is a bit further gone than I can actually fix. So I started pulling it apart, bought a new engine. That's what we're looking at today. One thing I'm going to explain, which I don't know if you'll have seen it, I did mention it in the first video in this series, but you probably haven't watched the first video in this series, so I'm going to explain it to you again. This tractor actually came in from Greece. It's lived its life in Greece. It came over to this country. Don't know when, don't know what point it seized, don't know any history on it, just bought it. And one thing that I did find interesting, in the diesel tank, when I drained the tank, what came out of it was actually not diesel. I think it's a kerosene mix. So I've kept it and I'm using it for cleaning parts and whatnot. But that's interesting that that's what they've used. I don't know. I mean, you might be able to tell me otherwise, but yeah, that's not diesel. That smells like kerosene. So I don't know why it's red. I don't know if there's something in that. I don't know if that's what they use there more. I don't know. Maybe you could tell me in the comments if you know something I don't. But yeah. That's not diesel. That was just an interesting point I thought I'd tell you. If you're watching these videos, and you haven't yet subscribed, and you're following this journey of the engine swap, then I'm going to try and give you another reason to subscribe, which is the next project that I've got lined up. It was actually the first project, but the Ford kind of skipped the queue a little bit. And yeah, so if you're into engines that shouldn't be in things but are going to get put in things, then take a little tasty look at this. Now this, this is a GM V8 6.2 Detroit diesel manufactured diesel V8 from a Humvee. I said diesel too many times there. From a Humvee, military Humvee. Now, these things were a bit of a dog of an engine at times, but I thought it would be fun to go out, buy one of these, and I've got a tractor coming. Well, I've had it for a while now, I've just never been and picked it up. That's got a really bad engine, and for a bit of fun, see if you can have a guess in the comments what tractor it actually is, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel to watch the New Holland go in the Ford, then I think you should follow me, because you're going to see that go into something else. Now, I'm no expert on engine swaps. I am figuring stuff out as I go. I'm figuring stuff out on this, and I'm actually learning stuff. I'm learning stuff from the stuff that you people are putting in the comments. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll ever complete that other one, or even if it'll work, but I do know that engine runs. I've had it running, I've had it sat on a pallet, made a bit of a frame, put it on, got some diesel in it, got it up and running. I'll put a clip of that on there now. And yeah, I think that'll be a fun project. This is a different animal altogether. This is pure horsepower. That thing out there, that V8, it's not actually that powerful. I think it's just a fast revving engine, which the tractor it's going in, it should lump it along nicely. Okay, so the old thrust bearing, the old clutch release bearing, just hammered off, and whoop, time to put the new one on. But what I'm going to do first is the surface in which the bearing's going to go on. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a clean up. It's actually not too bad, but if I give it a clean up, the bearing goes on nice and snug, and then that whole unit can go back on there. We're good to go. Like I say, I've ordered one of these from AgriLine. It's on its way. Can't do anything to this one. I think you saw in the last video how knackered them splines are. That's my idea of a tidy up, by the way. You might have seen in the last video. It's getting a bit on top of myself, but here we are. Yeah, so let's go clean that up, hammer that back on, put it on there, put that pin back in. That's done. Next job after that is this needs some holes punching in, so it needs cleaning up. And in order for it to fit on here, I don't know if you can see if I get that lined up. See these little bolt heads? Where are we looking? Here and here and here. They stick out ever so slightly past the flush surface of the casting. So instead of damaging these, because at some point in the future, someone, maybe not me, but someone's going to come to these and be like, you bugger, you ground them down. So what I'm going to do is punch a few holes in that. I can't see it being a problem. It did have a seal. Where's the seal? Yeah, so it did have a seal that went around there, which is like a U shape or upside down U shape. Pressing it in. I think that's up to the limit now. I'm going to get a different camera, you know, a camera that I don't have to hold. Like I've seen people with GoPros on their head like this, but you can't, that didn't explain anything. But I don't like that approach, but I am going to get something a bit different so I can put the camera on and work. Got a few things in mind. It's just money, isn't it? It's just spending money. Okay, it looks a bit of a mess in here because I've let some of that kerosene stuff run in the bottom because there was all sorts of gunk and stuff, and I've been squirting bits of it onto the dual power thing up here. So now this has all had a good soak. This does want cleaning out nice. It's just that's not where I'm up to yet. So that explains why it looks a bit of a tip. Is the clutch release bearing, was it up or down? No, it's the same. So push that back on there. push that, no, into there. Now someone explain to me if I am doing it wrong or if I am doing it right. I think that's right. So, there we go. And yeah, that's much nicer. Job done. Just while I'm giving this a good old clean out, I'm going to tell you about what's coming up in a couple of weekends' time. The 13th and 14th is the Newark Vintage Tractor Show in November. If you are going, then I'll probably see you there. If you're not going, then you should probably go. I've actually been asked to judge one of the categories, which I think is an honour. So me and Josh are going to go down. We've been asked to judge, and if you've got a tractor in, it's in my category. Hope you've left me a nice comment on here because I will be judging your tractor. I'm kidding. It's all for a bit of fun, and it's good that these places are opening back up again. The last event I went to was the David Brown Club Tractor Club Open Day at the museum in Meltham. I'll put some clips on after this and you can see what that was like. It was a really good day. Next few events at the club I'll put up on here as they happen. But yeah, come to Newark, come and see us. If you've got, if you're a fan of the old machines, they've got all shapes and sizes, all levels of restoration or original. There's a lot going on. It's a 2-day event. Get down there. I'm going to be stopping over, perhaps have a few beers with a few people while I'm there, and see you there. I haven't seen these in years. Oh, Daisy the cow is in here.
I wondered where she was.
JCB stuff. Yeah, maybe. 1CX, 4CX, a 930 all-terrain forklifts up here. I'll get these down and have a look, eh? Well, I've just had a surprise find. Well, I didn't. My mother did. All my old Britain's, not all of them, but some of my old Britain's models from up in the loft. She's been doing some work up in the loft on some stuff, I don't know what, and unearthed this box, and I thought this box had gone missing. I thought we'd put them somewhere, or they'd been put into storage somewhere that we'd never find again. Well, they kind of were, they were in the loft. So these have been sat in up there for about 10, 15 years maybe. So you're going to see these the same time as I'm going to see these, which I can't remember what there was in here. It's dirty, so I haven't done this in the house. Well, that's not Britain's toy, but that was mine from when I was about 2 or 3, and it still has batteries in it, but still, but no charge. I thought that was a long shot anyway. So that's not what I'm talking about, but Sightmaster, I used to love this. So it's the 4CX. That's gone stiff. Oh, there's some corrosion on that, look. So that's made by Joel. It's a scale 1 to 35. So it's ever so slightly different than the 1 to 32 scale of the other stuff, but it got like the extendy boom on it, 4-in-1 bucket. Yes, like that. Sorry if this has gone a little bit off track from the engine, but you're in it now. So that's that. This is mostly the JCB stuff in here. So there was a 1CX, that was Britain's. And what does that do? Oh, that turned the guy in the seat. There's a little little dial underneath there, and as you press it, you can turn this guy in the seat round so that he uses the back actor. There you go. So there's that. Did that slide as well? Yeah, that slid sideways as well. Look at that. I'll put it on the grease. And this, gotta remember this from, I can't believe they never got broken, but I got this at the JCB factory. I must have been What's it got a year on it? I must have been like 5 or 6. So I'm guessing it was 95 or 96, around then. And I got this from the gift shop at the JCB factory. Must have gone on some kind of tour or open day or something like that. This is what I got. And yeah, I've had this for a while. That's the JCB stuff. I'll put that back in actually. Ooh. A New Holland cab. Oh yeah, so I used to do a little bit of modification to stuff, so you might end up seeing a bit of that in here. Let's put that towel to one side. What have we got? Class Forager. I know my brother had one of these. I eventually got one. One of my own. Sure. Oh yeah, that little wheel there turns the header. It's obviously been discoloured somehow. Has it been discoloured in here? No, I think I bought like a second-hand one from somewhere at some point, so that discoloration isn't from me. But yeah, cool. What's next? Sanderson forklift. It's had to have a bit of a modification on the front there for it to work. Obviously the little plastic clip's missing, but you push in the side. Yes, you push in the side and that lifts up like that. Yes, that's cool. That's an old early one. I bet that's from the 80s. I mean, to give you some perspective, I was born in 1990 and I had them from a very early age. So, 1986. Yeah, so that model's been around for quite a long time. What have we got? This Renault 340. Cab's a bit wonky on it. Oh, looks like it's, there we go. So it's missing the man in the seat, but it's also on flotation tyres, which I used to think it was super cool when they came on flotation tyres. That was the thing I always noticed with these Renaults, is they had this like, you could see the old casting was underneath. I think they use that casting for a lot of different tractors. But for example, like the old Renault would have had like the old square block that's underneath, and then they just fit over this outer bit that makes it look like the bigger, newer casting. Anyway, I'm waffling now, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Run out of space soon. Let's put that out the way, under there. Fast track, there we go. JCB fast track. The front links. Like I said in the last video of the Britain stuff, these front links never did fit anything. They were just there for show, but still cool. Still fun to play with. 96, that says on it. So 96, I would have had that around 97, I reckon, 98. God, I enjoyed that model. Yeah. What else have we got? Let's create some space. Valmit, Kemper header. I think I got that Kemper header from like a second-hand shop at some point. That Marston trailer's relatively, I'd say that's like a relatively modern one. Is it Erdl Britons? Perhaps when Erdl and Britons were in the same group. What else do we have? Yeah, so as you can see, I used to do a bit of mixing and matching of stuff. Like that one. So I have no idea what that used to be underneath. That one. But you can see I've put twin beacons on it, got the extensions on the mudguard, and it's got the spinny bits, the full steering axle. I think that used to be that Renault that's down there. I think I've swapped the body off of this onto that. Oh, I even made stickers, look, TM TM140. Made my own stickers. So yeah, I've got a feeling that actually that steery bit, all of that chassis is actually a Renault underneath. That's down there, no it won't. Yeah. But this one, don't know why I went with the terracotta cab on there. There's a blue cab floating about. What else we got? This old Deutz, missing a wheel, so I'm sure it's in there somewhere because they did used to come off a bit like that. Set of discs. WJ Cooper. It's an old brand. Another JCB load all. I forgot all about that one. 526. Yes. Look at that. Okay. Old Renault. See, actually, this is what I was saying about the old Renault. Look, it's got the square block on it, as has that New Holland. So the engine and the chassis bits, I think they used to interchange because they were the same. They used to just put different plastics over the top of it. Well, that was fun for someone like me who liked messing and modifying with them. Fendt favourite. It's a funny looking tractor back in the 90s when you don't see any Fendts out and about on the road. So that was an unusual tractor for me. Earleman. So I think I had the Sammy version of that as well. But Earleman, I don't think Earleman sell many tractors, real tractors in the UK. I know Tom Pemberton's got one. But that was mine. And what else? We got, I mean, this stuff's kind of just thrown in here, but I perhaps wouldn't do it like that now. But Vicon baler. Pretty much straight to the point. The old Acrobats, the old mower. Some other things, the terracotta. Why is that stuck in there? Old terracotta New Holland, L85. It's a fun little thing, isn't it? I think they shared a lot of the chassis with like the Masses and the Masses chassis and different things. So that's that. And yeah, basically that is everything. There's the bucket. What was the bucket to? The bucket wasn't to anything that's in here. Don't remember. These old balers as you drove along. I don't think we've got any of the old bales in here. As you drove along, it used to nudge the little bale along there and then spit it out the back. As if you see how if I turn it, can you see the little things moving? Anyway. That was height of technology back in the day. Oh, you can see, okay, so you can see what I was trying to attempt here. Again, I wasn't very old when I made this, so bear with me. But can you guess what that is? Yeah, I think that was supposed to be, is it off of there? I take that off. Do I have to take the cab off? Yeah, cab off. That on. And bada bing, bada boom, we've got what I thought at the time looked a bit like an 8340. Obviously it doesn't because it's made from sticky tape and a lilt can. So, you know, cut me some slack. However, that is the beginning shape of an 8340 or 70, I don't know. Yeah, it'd have been that kind of 40 series. We'll just call it a 40 series, I think I was going for. But still, pretty bloody cool. Used to do quite a bit of that kind of stuff. Put that back together. I'll put it back together after. The old post hole borer. Nifty. These old things, perhaps, they're not quite as They don't sell anything. 1976. So that was made the same time that this Ford we're mounted to now was made. There's a little fun fact for you. Sorry if that boom blew your ears out. It was the magnet going onto the Ford. So yeah, that's that haul. There's loads more stuff in the house. It's just this is the stuff that I could never find. So here it is. I found it. Sorry if that was a slight distraction from, you know, the engine stuff. But I thought it was a welcome one. Yeah, let's go back to the engine stuff. Okay, that's cleaning up nicely now. Going to leave today's video there because my tea's done and I don't want to come back out once I've had my tea. So I'm leaving this to soak a little bit more. Done some cleaning, got my spray gun. Just sprayed some white spirit in there and it's coming up a lot nicer now. I don't want to leave that in there too long. I'm going to get it out, but as it's just draining down to the bottom, it'll be okay in the bottom there. Yeah, that's everything. See you in the next one. Smile, busy people.
I get a sweat on my breath.